Press the video, go. Oh, hey, I'm good. So I topped 8 YCS Santiago Chile. I played the 3v3. I played Ritual Beast. Shout outs to Midwest Gaming, my team. Shout outs to everyone back in Vegas. Shout outs to Austin, literally letting me borrow this entire deck. You're a beast. Thank you for everyone who let me borrow cards. You guys are great. Without you guys, I'd be living on the streets. All right, here you go. This is my deck. It's Ritual Beast, Ritual Best. So this is the 3 Hawk, 3 Penguin, and 3 Lara. These are like the custom god cards in this deck. Basically, long story short, I'm not going to explain what all these cards do because they have like a essay on every single one of these cards. But basically, they're all the starters. They all get each other. This entire deck is like a flowchart deck where it's like you basically just summon all of these guys, and then when you get all of them, you can do your little combo. So it's really good. This one's broken. Specifically, I need to talk about this one because this is like the brand new one. Basically, what she does is you can discard her. You get an extra normal summon of a Ritual Beast. Whenever she gets banished, you can summon a Ritual Beast from your deck. And then she has a replacement effect for destruction. So she's literally just a custom card with like 3 effects. So she's really good. She's a psychic. She's a level 1. Without her, the deck would be kind of poop right now. And like, it's broken. It's literally insane. It even had 2,000 defense. I set it under a shifter, and then my Tenpai opponent was like, dude, it's too fat. And yeah, it's just really, really good. And yeah, it's crazy. Also, it counts as a beast and a tamer, which is really, really important. Then next we have the Tamers. Bam, that one too. They each have like different roles. So this one is like every 2-card combo. If you open this in like in any of these guys, it's like full combo. You can play through a bunch of hand traps. It gives you an extra normal summon. This effect does not activate, so do not imperm this, please. I didn't get anyone this event, but there are literally Ritual Beast players out there that is their only way to win is to get this impermed. So don't imperm this. Don't follow the trap. And then I played this one, and that one. These are the normal ones. So this is just Wolf Bark for young people. I mean, for young people, this just summons back something back from the graveyard. This summons something back from banished on normal summon. And then this one is like a floater. When it dies, it summons anyone from the extra deck. This is actually the most important tamer besides Spiritual Beast Tamer Lara because it's level 4. So it lets you just make a rank 4. Because honestly, all this deck is just like a 10-step combo deck to resolve a rank 4. So that's what it is. And then I play Zemprepelica because honestly, like when you like goldfish this deck, you don't need this card in like any of the combos. But when you get hand trapped into infinity, or you have like weird wonky hands, having an extra like a tamer name is like super duper important. And then also it's like if you grind, like these as top decks are pretty good because it's like in a late game scenario, like you summoning back the Link 4 is just too much. So there's that. You need like a tamer and a beast to summon the fusions. You already know that. So here is the other beasts. So the beasts that I showed earlier were like the combo starters. These are kind of like utility. This one, you needed the combo because there's some combos that require a pyro being on field. And then also like being able to just pump your monsters to like plus 1,000 just lets you kill people under nib like countless times. And this one, I'm a huge advocate of this card. Just because it's an extra level 4, like no other reason. Like the effect is obviously very relevant against stuff like Runic, bouncing back Fountains, bouncing back U-Bell so they don't trigger. But in reality, 9 times out of 10, it is just an extra level 4. I can summon off Lara, or I can just search to just literally just search, make the rank 4, make Banshee. And then the win conditions of the deck. This is literally broken. Like Ritual Beast, every Ritual Beast deck should just literally play these. So in reality, like I think if you just want to play like the most consistent version of Ritual Beast, you probably only play Nemesis Flag and Nemesis Corridor. However, like if you're gonna go into Top Cut, having Protoss in your deck is probably insane and probably just should be in there, and it saves side deck space. So it's very, very good. So I probably still would play Protoss again. And like going second, it's literally just Regeki and like Dimensional Barrier against a lot of decks. So it's like mad insane. So they're all really good. And it's really cool because with Corridor, it's a Thunder, so you make Colossus, obviously. But then there's a hidden, like, secret technique. Basically, this is also a Thunder. So, like, once you resolve Corridor, you can do, like, cool stuff where, like, link it away, do stuff with that. And then somehow you'll end the board with still a Candlehawk and still make Colossus. And then for the rest of the Ritual Beast cards, boom, and 3 Teleport. So it looks kind of wonky that I play 2 Inheritances. Honestly, I actually like think it's probably right to either play 1 or 3. 2 is like kind of weird, but like I just wanted to play a 40 card deck. Basically, like, you never really want to start with this card because it's a legitimate neg-1. It's only decent against Tenpai, or decent because, like, it like, can shift stuff in defense and protect your monsters. But, like, the discarding of cards sometimes is a little too much because you're already investing, like, 2 to 3 cards into it. So, like, 9 times out of 10, I always side this out. And then this guy, the Ever Faithful Steed, like, it's stuck to my hand, but, like, honestly, when I don't search this card and I hard draw it, a lot of my opponents just don't think I have it, and I'll just set it, and then like they're like, "Oh, you didn't search it," and then it wins me a game. Also, it's broken because like you can this doesn't target, so a lot of people just get got by it. And then Teleport's cool because Lara is the best Tamer, and Lara turns into like any other card, so just being able to just play more copies of it is really good. Also, you can do stuff like, you know, protect your monsters randomly by summoning Lara in the middle of the chain and using the replacement effect. Obviously, you can't do it like when Lara gets destroyed, but you can just protect your cards like that. And then for the non-engine, the greatest card in the game, Shifter. Yeah, honestly, the main reason to even play Ritual Beast is it is on the power level of like Bell, Snake Eyes, like that, like where your combos are just insane. But it's a deck that cannot get shifted, and a deck that literally like all the other Shifter decks rely on resolving Shifter and you not having a single play, but you can literally do almost every single combo under Shifter, or even some combos get better under Shifter. So like the main reason to play Ritual Beast is you cannot get like luck or noobed out of this tournament by other Shifter decks. So it's real cool. It's like when people play like 60 card decks in like Zoo to beat Grass. Just play a Shifter deck and you'll never lose to Shifter, bro. It's that simple. So people should stop complaining. Talents. This is like my 40th card. Basically, I cut Inheritance for this. It sounds kind of weird, but basically, like, all 3 effects are really good because the Link 4 is really generic, Drawing 2 is really good, and then just looking at your hand. And, like, looking at your hand, knowing what your opponent's playing, you can literally search Protos, FTK them, or you just get Nib out of their hand. And then these cards overperformed. 3 Dark Ruler, 3 Evenly, and 3 Eclipse. Dark Ruler evenly, like any combination of these 2 cards usually is enough against like a lot of the decks. And the cool thing about this deck is you don't really try to OTK. You just want to break the board, simplify the game, and then end on like Ulti Apelio or Proto Stem. Once you do that, then the game's pretty much over. So like you're mad chillin'. The only thing is I kind of wish I played like maybe Ash in the main, because 1, it would free up my side deck space. And then also, like, there are just people, like, main decking Molchenny, like, randomly in, like, in random decks. And then, like, I always side Ash, like, always, because I'm afraid of Molchenny going first. So I just want to make my side decking easier. So I'll probably, like, try to figure out something like that. But, like, these cards were just insane because it's, like, they're so good. Like, they just simplify the game, and your deck is crazy because your cards all turn into, like, 4 more cards. Also, this is, like, a hidden secret jutsu. Basically, if you get like nibbed, you Book of Eclipse yourself, they stay face down, you contact fuse, and then your opponent is like, what's happening? And then that is the main deck. So let's go with the side deck. Like I just said, 3 Ash Blossom. So I kind of went with like a kind of a weird approach. 2 Nib, 3 Pirelli, and 3 Purge. So basically, the going second cards that I play in the main deck are so good going second that obviously I can't play them going first. So I need like generic cards that I can like side going first and second. But I didn't want to side like 3 solemn, anti-spell, stuff like that, even though they're kind of like auto wins, because I wanted the flexibility of being able to go first and second. So like going first, like having Ash and Dominus Purge against like every deck, even if you kind of like half combo, is enough. So like that would be always my thing. And then honestly, the 3 Molcheni was for like U-Bell, basically anytime I'm going second, but also it's for the mirror. And for the mirror, basically I would just side 3 Molcheni and 2 Nib, and then like hopefully they play into Nib, or you know, I draw like hand traps to stop it. But then against like U-Bell and stuff like that, like I wouldn't even really side a lot of the hand traps, and I would just side Molcheni because how you say, the board breakers were enough. But I do want to point out that Dominus Purge is actually a god card versus U-Bell, because like what often happens is they summon Spirit of U-Bell to kind of like insulate their play to make sure they're safe, and then they go like, oh, activate you know, Engraver into Track, and then you just do this, and then they made that U-Bell for nothing, and then now they're down like 3 cards, and then you could literally just like crack their board using Ritual Beast stuff. And then the going first package, Escados. This card is insane. It's basically just Protos, but then you call types instead of attributes, and then you also banish types instead. But what's really crazy also is like you can like Dominus Purge and still Protos. I mean, still Escados because it's light. So that's really cool. I did that like twice. And then also like it's just a dragon. So like against Tenpai, you don't need to go through hoops of getting a fire monster on field every single turn. You could literally just, I did this twice. You just summon Escados, and every single turn activate its effect. And if they don't have an answer to it, you can't lose. So it's really good. And then going second, it's literally just Dark Hole. And God card. I wish I had more going first cards, but not really. I think it's like a first world problem that I went first a lot. I lost a lot of dice rolls, but I won a lot of game 1s. And then, like, if I just had, like, game 3, like, a crazy going first card, like, I could just not work for my wins. And I like not working for my wins. But Defense is insane. Stops Stroll, stops Imperm. Sometimes, like, beats, like, Droplet. And even against Voice, bro, like, he had Ultimate Slayer or whatever that card is. And then because I had this, they couldn't do anything. So it's real insane. All right, extra deck. My favorite fusion ever, Thunder Dragon Colossus. Awesome. Floodgate. Nochi, the new guy, basically he's insane because he lets you contact Fuse the Grave to summon this guy, and he just tags out for 1. You can only target him. You can only target him. Like you can only target him if there are other ritual beasts on the board. But yeah, he's like mad insane. The Hawk, Canahawk, really good. Just searches and gets your entire engine going. I summoned this like 5 times just because it was just big and attack for game. But 9 times out of 10, you just use it because, not even 9 times out of 10, like 100 out of 100, you use it to dump a Pelio. Honestly, this is like my Wayne win condition. A lot of the times I don't actually Protos people. I just like get a really big one of these because like, basically, you kind of know when your opponent has Nib, just the way they react and the way they like, just the way you can, I can kind of just tell if my opponent has Nib. So like, I kind of like sneak this onto the field, and I don't even do the full combo. I just kind of sneak this on, and then it's like, oh snap, you can't even Nib me anymore. And then I kind of like do like a small combo instead, just so I just don't get Nibbed or I don't get like crushed by hand traps. Also, it's not once per turn. It's insane. Ultimate Killing Falco lets you get an extra normal summon. It's very important to the combos. You need this card if you get Nibiru because the Link 4 is generic. SP, you need to do it in a lot of the combos because you need a Banish Banshee. Also, it's just a really generically good card. Mad insane. The Link 4, Ulti Retiari. This card is absurd. Auto beats U-Bell because you can't tribute. And you can do crazy stuff like on their turn, effect to banish. You can target a face-up card that's already been activated, like Steeds, and then banish the Steeds, and then it still resolves and banishes. So it's really good. And then shoutouts to Trinell, Baguska. Basically, honestly, like this was like my like contingency plan against Droll and like other like crazy like getting hand trapped a million times. But in reality, I summoned it a lot, like a lot. Because like what would happen is I would like they would crack my board or they would do something and I would be like not have like crazy follow-up, but then I would just have a lot of monsters, a lot of stuff. So basically I would just summon this, have like 20 cards in hand, and then they couldn't out it, and the next turn just turn it to attack mode, summon all my ritual beasts and attack. So this is really good. I like it a lot. This one, it just blows up the board. No, I play this in like any deck I can play a rank 4 because it just steals wins and like no one expects it. It's really, really good. And honestly, having stuff that's different attributes in the extra deck's really important for like Protoss. And then Banshee, this card's not fair. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna play a bunch of decks that make this card now because this engine is insane. But yeah, that is my deck.
Hey, do you have any shout outs?
Yeah, shout outs to everybody that supported me. Shout outs to Austin for letting me borrow the deck. Shout outs to People's Card Shop. Greatest local in Vegas.
Herman.
Shout outs to Herman. Yeah, without Herman, bro, I would not have the knowledge of how to play this deck or even the deck list. So thank you very much. Shout outs to David. He's a god. Shout outs to James. He was a great teammate. Yeah, I love South America. And more people need to go South American events. They are the best, and everybody here is super dedicated to Yu-Gi-Oh! So, yeah.
God is good.
God is good. Jesus is
All
king,
the time.
baby. All the time. All right, there you go.